Being alone is not just about not having people around you. It is a meaningful space where you can slow down, breathe, and connect with the quiet truth inside yourself. Solitude gives you a calm moment in a busy world, a moment where the noise fades and you can finally hear your own heart speaking. It is a space where the presence of the divine becomes easier to feel because nothing is distracting you. Walking alone on your journey might confuse others. People may wonder why you step away from crowds or why you prefer silence when the world is so full of activity. But what many don't understand is that solitude is not emptiness. It is clarity. It is in these quiet moments that you begin to notice who you truly are without the opinions, pressures, and expectations of others shaping you. When you spend time alone, you begin to explore your thoughts, feelings, and dreams with honest eyes. This is where real change starts. You begin to see what truly matters, what needs to stay, and what needs to go. You make choices that match your real self, instead of choices shaped by fear or outside influence. In this video, we will talk about how powerful it can be to walk your spiritual path alone. We will look at the freedom that comes from stepping back, the healing that comes from silence, and the growth that rises when you finally give yourself space to think and feel. Choosing solitude isn't for everyone, but for those who feel called to it, it becomes a doorway to deep self-knowledge and inner strength. Being alone teaches you to trust your inner voice, to honor your heart, and to walk forward with confidence in who you are. When we choose to spend time alone, we start to meet the deepest parts of ourselves. It feels like entering a quiet inner world, discovering thoughts, dreams, and feelings we didn't even know were there. Hidden hopes that were resting inside our hearts begin to come forward when we finally give them space to be seen. This inner journey is important, but it isn't always smooth or easy. Looking at our true emotions can feel uncomfortable at times, because solitude brings up things we often push aside. But this process helps us grow. Little by little, we let go of old habits, old fears, and old versions of ourselves that no longer match who we want to be. In their place, we begin to rise into someone more honest, more open, and more true to ourselves. A big part of being alone is noticing how much the world has shaped us. Our families, our friends, our culture, and even the media teach us what to think and how to act. When everything becomes quiet, we finally get to ask, do I really believe this? Does this match my heart? In this silence, we start forming our own thoughts, instead of simply repeating what we've been taught. Solitude helps us break away from following the crowd. It encourages us to step into our own strength and trust our own direction. This is where we discover that we don't have to blend in to feel safe. We begin to understand that our uniqueness is our power, and walking our own path is an act of courage. Through this inner stillness, we also learn how to love ourselves in a deeper way. We realize that real love starts inside. When we treat ourselves with care, our hearts fill up, and that love naturally spreads out to others. By healing ourselves, we become a light that warms and inspires everyone around us. Choosing to live in a way that reflects your true self is not the easiest road, but it is one that changes you from the inside out. When you dare to question your old beliefs and stand in your truth, you step closer to the life your soul has been calling you toward. You were never created to blend in. You were created to lead by being yourself, fully and confidently. One powerful lesson that comes to us during quiet moments alone is realizing how much of our energy has been drained by unhealthy relationships. When we step back from people who pull us down, we finally see how much of ourselves we were giving away without even noticing. Solitude helps us take that power back and place our well-being at the center of our life again. Taking your energy back also means creating strong and loving boundaries. As you get more connected to your inner needs, you begin to understand what lifts you up and what wears you out. With this awareness, you learn how to protect your space, your peace, and your heart from people who take more than they give. Boundaries become a form of self-respect that keeps your energy safe. When you spend time alone, you stop feeling the need to pretend. You remove the masks you once wore just to fit in. By choosing honesty with yourself, you naturally inspire others to do the same. Your truth becomes a light that gives others permission to be real too. Being alone does not mean you shut the world out forever. It means you make room for healthier connections, built on mutual respect and genuine care. Along this path, you will face emotions and memories that hurt, but facing them brings healing. Every moment of honesty, every tear, every release opens the door for deeper growth and a stronger sense of who you truly are. When we spend time alone, we step into a space where special wisdom becomes available to us. In the quiet of our own presence, our inner voice grows stronger. We start to understand things we once overlooked, and we begin to see life in a deeper, wiser way. Solitude opens a doorway that helps us rise above everyday distractions and connect with a higher understanding of who we are and how the universe works. As we sit with ourselves, we begin to uncover emotions that were buried or ignored. Joy begins to surface in its purest form, and love shows up without conditions or limits. In these peaceful moments, we learn that our purpose and happiness are not shaped by what others think of us. Instead, they come from the sacred place within our own soul, a place that holds strength, freedom, and clarity. Through this inner silence, we also discover our connection to something far greater than our physical life. We start to feel the invisible threads that link us to universal energy, guiding us, supporting us, and reminding us that we are never truly alone. This connection brings comfort, meaning, and a deep sense of belonging. As our journey continues, we stop looking to the world for approval. We realize that true peace comes from accepting ourselves and trusting our own heart. Solitude teaches us that we have the power to create the life we desire. When we align with our inner truth, we naturally begin to shape our future and bring our dreams into reality. Solitude is not a sign of emptiness. It is a sacred trip into the center of your own being. It is a chance to explore hidden strengths, awaken forgotten dreams, and meet the most authentic version of yourself. Walk this path with openness, because it leads you to the expansion of your spirit and the unfolding of your true, powerful self. When we enter the quiet space of being alone, we open a doorway to a different kind of wisdom. This wisdom doesn't come from the outside world. It rises from within us, an inner knowing that connects us to the greater intelligence that moves through the universe. It helps us see life with more clarity and guides us beyond the limits of our everyday thinking. As we look within, we reach the center of who we are, a place filled with endless love. Solitude shows us how to care for ourselves in a real and honest way. It teaches us to be gentle with our thoughts, patient with our feelings, and loving toward our own soul. In this stillness, we learn that love is not something we chase, it is something we discover inside ourselves. The power of being alone is something you carry within you. You can choose to make solitude a sacred journey, a personal walk into your inner world. Trust the quiet guidance rising inside you. Allow your inner wisdom to unfold naturally, and always remember that deep within you is a never-ending source of love, strength, and peace. As this message comes to a close, I want to offer my heartfelt gratitude. Your presence, your openness, and your willingness to explore your inner world mean more than words can express. Thank you for walking this path with me, and for allowing these messages to support your own journey back to yourself. If this message touched your heart, feel free to share it with someone who may need it. Together, we can remind others that solitude is not something to fear. It is a powerful and healing experience that can transform our lives from the inside out. Thank you for being part of this growing and loving community. Your light truly matters.